Hello and welcome back to Designing Your Dream Life After Divorce. I'm Renee, I'm your personal coach, and today is really exciting because you're going to start learning how to turbocharge the creation process so that you can create your dream life and your new story and all these wonderful things that you now have as the vision for your life even faster using some very powerful tools. So first of all, let's have a little recap on how far you've come so far. You've cleared a lot of the old things from your past and the things that you may have held on to for years and years and years. So the first part of this program was very much about cleaning all the crap out of your cup. You've then got really powerful in yourself. You've stepped into your own inner power and stepped into who you need to be, realizing that you are the creator of your own life. And through the processes, you've also reconnected with your higher self, your true self. So whether you want to call that your subconscious or your higher self, that's up to you. But you have reconnected with your own inner knowing, your inner strength, and your inner power. You've also got clarity around, what do I want for my life? Like, what does my dream life look like? What does my 12-month story look like? You've got a new story, and you've learned how to start stepping into that and making sure that you stay in alignment with that. You've also cleared some beliefs that may have been sitting there that could have potentially blocked you from having the life that you want. And you've got your values very clearly in place to make sure that they are the values that you need to be focusing on and the decisions that you're making to make sure you get the outcomes that you want. Okay, so this is really exciting. The other thing is that you've also got now is to knowing how important self-love is and practicing self-love, knowing that you are enough just as you are. Okay, so when you know that and you practice self-love and you really learn to love yourself, life really does become magical. The other thing that you know is that you have core needs and you know how to meet those needs now. All right, so you know that you need to have 3 positive vehicles as well to be meeting your core needs at a high level. So your awareness and knowledge and who you've become over this program is, do not underestimate that. You have such a new level of awareness, and sometimes once we have a new awareness, we forget what we used to think like and what we used to be like. So please don't underestimate how far you've come in this program. Now, obviously, creating your dream life is an ongoing journey, and it's an exciting journey. And once we achieve our 12-month story, and we get to that level, then life obviously goes to another level, and we just keep continuing to step outside our comfort zone, to be who we need to be, to do all the things that we need to do to make sure that we are living our best life and our dream life. So well done on coming this far and doing the work and doing the growth work. Now, you've always got these tools and resources available. So if there's some other things that you want to clear up, beliefs, emotions, whatever those things are, use these tools, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't want to live your dream life and your best life. So today I want to share with you some really powerful things that actually came to me while I was doing the Louise Hay teacher training. And it came to me from the universe, from God, from the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. But it actually came to me, and it was a 3A process at the time. And it was very simple. Ask for what you want. Okay, that's the first part of it. As I've said during this, clarity has power. So just by asking for what you want, the universe or God can't give you what you want unless you ask for that and you know what that is. So that's why it's so important, first of all, know what you want and ask for it, which you've done. You've got clear about your dream life. You've got clear about your new story. You've written it down. So that is the asking process, and just then staying in alignment with it. Okay, like staying in alignment, letting that flow. So ask, align. So the second one is align, which just means align with that. Stay in alignment with that. Do the work that you need to do. Have faith. Talk about it like it's already happening, okay? Don't talk about the lack of it or focus on the lack of it. because then you're sort of undoing what you're creating. So align with it, stay in alignment with it by using all these tools that I've given you. They're all the things that will actually help you stay in alignment with that. And it also comes down to faith at this point, all right? So just having faith that my request and what I've asked for is actually being delivered, okay? Even if I can't see physical evidence of it just yet, I know that it's in creation and it's coming, and getting excited about that. So the first one is ask, then the second one is align, and then allow. Okay, so allow that to then unfold in your life. And what I mean by allow, I mean don't micromanage it. Don't try and control every little detail of it. Don't become fixated on the fear of what if it doesn't happen. You can feel the difference of when you just let go and allow it. So there's a place of non-attachment. When we get to that place where we go, I've done everything I can, now I'm just going to let it go. All right, and trust that it will unfold in its own time. Sometimes it's in our time frame. Other times there is a divine timing that comes with things as well. So I've got some clients that really like clear time frames. Other people just like to have their story and be focusing on that without it having a clear time frame. Whatever works for you, I would say go with what feels good to you. Okay, but that also comes down to allowing, also comes down to faith and just trusting that it will unfold. Okay, now when you can live like this, you live in the magic of life. All right, it is really, really powerful. Imagine if you went to the restaurant and you asked for what you wanted. Okay, first of all, you've got to know what you want off the menu for the chef to know what to give you. Okay, now if you then weren't in alignment with that it's coming, you'd be running in there going, how long is it going to be? What's happening with it? Do you know what ingredients to put in? Okay, you don't do that. You just go, I've put in my order. I know that he knows what he's doing, okay, or she. I'm just going to trust that the restaurant's going to give me what I've asked for. And then you just sit back and relax and just allow it to happen, okay? You're not trying to micromanage it, control it, be really attached to it being, but what if it doesn't happen? Okay, you actually just relax and trust that it's coming. Sometimes faster than other times, all right? But you always know that it's coming, all right? So that's just a simple analogy. So there's 3 A's that came to me during the teacher training actually became the basis for what I now call the 6 A's of creation. So those 3 A's in themselves are very, very powerful, those 3 stages that I've just discussed. However, I've added some more to these just to give it a little bit more power and clarity for you. So the first one is ask. So we've been through this. It's really important to ask for what you want. The universe and God can't give you what you want unless you ask for it. So getting clear about it to start with, which is what you've done now that you've got clear about what does my dream life look like? What is my 12-month story look like? You've written it down. So clarity has power. Ask for what you want, okay? So the next step and part of that then is affirming it. Affirm it over and over again. Read your new story, your 12-month story. Read your dream life vision. Okay, talk about it. Talk to yourself about it as if you've already achieved it. Okay, so just keep affirming it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have that beautiful home and that beautiful new relationship, and my kids are going so well, and everything in my life is just working out wonderfully, and I'm so happy and fulfilled in my life and myself and my work, whatever those things are that you wrote down for you. Okay, so do up a vision board. These are really powerful tools, so that's why I've put them in there as part of your growth work as well. Okay, so affirming it by saying it over and over again. You are affirming it to yourself, you're affirming it to the universe, to life, to just giving it more and more power the more that you affirm it. Okay, so then it's align. All right, staying in alignment with it, which is what we've discussed. So just staying in alignment with that, talking about it like it's happened, it's happening, not looking at the lack of it. Okay, that's really important because it takes a little while for things to physically manifest in our reality. So Abraham Hicks say that 99% of our creation is actually already happened, but we can't see it just yet. So if you are creating something and focusing on it and you're affirming it, but then you keep sort of looking at the lack of it or the fact that it hasn't happened yet, and then you start to get doubtful, or you're talking to your friends like, oh, I want this, but this is happening instead, or whatever those conversations are, all of these things actually start to undo what you're creating. Okay, so don't cancel out your order by then not staying in alignment with it. Okay, so really important that you stay in alignment with that. So first step is asking, then affirming it over and over, talking about it, reading it, visualizing it. Saying to yourself, I'm so happy that I've achieved this, and just pretending like it's already happening. Okay, so that keeps affirming it. Okay, and then staying in alignment with it as often as you can by just having that faith that it is in creation, it is happening. All right, even if you can't see it yet, you're staying in alignment with, I've put my order in, I know that the chef is cooking it, so now I'm just going to trust that it is coming. Okay, now the next part is action. Okay, so there's always action required for anything in life. Okay, so I never want to underestimate the power of action, and that's why you've got your 90-day plan. You've got a clear plan of what do I need to do every week, and then break that down to every day. What do I need to be doing? Okay, which is an important part of the equation, to make sure that I'm on track and I'm giving this the best chance it can in terms of creating this in my life. So action is really, really important part. And we are physical beings, okay? So we may be spiritual bodies having a physical experience, but we are still in a physical being, and that therefore it means that we're in a physical environment, and we need to take action for things to unfold in our life as well. Okay, now the next part is acting as if. Okay, this is where you get to start being a child again and acting like it's already happening now. Okay, this gives it even more power. So when you can start to pretend and imagine like it's already happening. I used to do things when I was a bit younger where I'd wanted to live at a certain house when I could obviously afford to do it, and I would go and sit there, and there was a couple that were empty, luckily, and I would pretend like I already lived there. I would just imagine that I lived there, and within a period of time I ended up living at these houses. Okay, or I would imagine other things, like I would imagine holding my perfect partner's hand, and I put him in my personal sanctuary as well, which I'm going to share with you in a moment. But I would definitely like imagine it, feel it, find the feeling place of it like it's happening now. So if you're a visual person, visualizing it will work really well for you, and just see yourself living that. See, who are you celebrating with? Okay, like what are you doing in that moment? Are you out for dinner celebrating with your partner to go, wow, I really have achieved this, and this is so awesome. What do we do next? If you're a feeling person, you might just like really focus on, how do I feel now that I've achieved that? So just acting as if it's already happened in your life. Now, this is the secret. Your subconscious mind and the universe doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining and vibrating and feeling. It doesn't know the difference between that and what is actually in physical reality. So it will find a way to actually bring that about. Okay, this is really, really powerful stuff. So this is how you can really turbocharge things. So the more you can act as if it's already happening now, your subconscious will find a way to bring that into your actual reality, because it doesn't know the difference between the two. So have some fun with this. Act like it's happening now as often as you can, as much as you can, and just enjoy this creative process. Great. So the last one is the allowing, okay, which we've already discussed. So there comes a point where you go, I have done everything that I possibly can within my power to create this. So now I just need to let go and let God. All right. So I actually am just going to trust now that everything is happening. It's all going to arrive at the right time. If it's in line with my highest good as well. So that just sort of takes it to another level when you can really let go of the attachment. Okay, anytime we have attachment, it's usually based on a fear or fear of not having it. So you really need to let that go and realize that, you know what, if it's not that house, for example, that I really love, it will be something else, and it may even be something even better. So all you need to do is stay in alignment with, what do I really want? I want a beautiful home that I feel so happy, it's full of love, we have a beautiful entertaining area, we have a beautiful pool, whatever those things are for you, okay? But if you get too micromanaging and controlling, like it has to be that one, sometimes you can end up squashing it because you're actually coming from a place of fear rather than a place of, I love that one, that would be wonderful, and I'm staying in alignment with that. And if that's not the one that is the right one for me, then something even better will come along, because I know that I'm creating it and I'm bringing it about into my reality just simply by doing all of these things. So there comes a point where it's about faith and allowing and just knowing that it's on its way, okay? And sometimes it comes in a form and in a way that we're not even expecting. But that's where it's also about trusting that there is a higher power that is actually, you know, looking after your best interests as well. So sometimes we need to let go of that and actually just trust that I know what I want, and the best way for that to unfold will happen, and I'm open to seeing how that actually happens. And that really is living in the magic of life, where you have so much faith and certainty and allowing, and the more you can do all of these, and particularly allowing, the quicker things will happen for you in your life, okay? Because you are so in the flow. And that's why at the beginning of this program, I wanted you to clean up all the turbulence that was going on inside of you emotionally, with your negative beliefs, with your stories that weren't serving you, all of that, you know, anger, resentment, all of those things, they really create a lot of inner turbulence, and it can actually block the flow of things coming to you. Okay, so I wanted you to get to the point where there was so much connection in you with your higher self and with the universe and God. So the more you're doing that, the more you are actually allowing yourself to be in the flow of life and staying in alignment. And when you do that, your intentions have power, because you don't have a lot of inner turbulence. You're not blocking things coming to you. So I'll give you a really good example of my own journey. I have been very clear what I've wanted, and I wanted a certain type of partner. I got every single thing on my list, of course, and I also wanted us to have a beautiful dream home together. And we found this amazing beachfront property, and it was absolutely incredible. And then for me, I had some fear come up, because I'm a mother and I've got children, and I was worried about them and all of these things. So I had some stuff to sort out in myself. Anyway, because of my hesitation and not being who I needed to be, I went into fear and insecurity and doubt. So we actually missed out on this property, and I was really, I really regretted it. I thought, wow, what have I done? This was amazing. It was an incredible investment. It was a really good price. And it was, as my partner said, I'm trying to give you everything you said you wanted. And he was a bit confused. So I had to do a bit of inner reflection. And then I went, okay, we didn't get that one, but that's okay. The clarity, the contrast of that, not having that, actually helped me get really clear to go, you know what, I do really want this in my life, and I'm not going to make that same mistake again. So what I did is I'm going to write down our list of what do we want in our perfect property together. For me, I love the beach and the ocean, and I love ocean views. I wanted an infinity pool that looked out to the ocean, of course. And then my partner loves the bush, and he wanted something really private and peaceful with a bushland setting. And we wanted it in a certain area where it was good for my children and them to go to school and things like that. So it was like, wow, we're getting really specific here. We actually liked a particular estate that it was in as well. So I then went, okay, now what I ended up doing is I blessed the people that bought the other house, because I thought, if I'm holding any resentment to this, then I'm sort of blocking the flow of something else coming to me. So I blessed them and I wished them well in myself. And I also blessed the real estate agent that I was a little bit cranky with, and I wished him well. And as soon as that happened, I swear to God, that very same day, this other house I found out was coming onto the market, and it was even better than the one we'd missed out on. And it ticked all of our boxes, and it actually was more in alignment with what we really wanted. So the reason I'm telling you this story is because sometimes it doesn't always come in one way, but if you stay in alignment with it and use the contrast to give you more clarity, okay, and then just create it again, and something else will come to you, and it may even be even better. But when you know you're the powerful creator and co-creator in your life, there is no fear, because you know you can create it again. Okay, so whether it's in a relationship or when it's in a job or whatever, and I'm not saying don't appreciate what you've got, because that's certainly not my message. All right, if you've got those things in your life, be grateful. But if at any stage that didn't work out, or you want to choose again, you have that ability. Okay, you have the power to create something again, or make it even better what you've already got. Okay, so that's really important that I wanted to share with you, to just be really aware of you've got the power in you. You now have got the tools as well. So keep doing the mini programs, keep doing the other programs that I'm offering as well, and make the most of these tools and resources. There's the Create Your Dream Relationship After Divorce, which is an amazing course to help you attract your perfect partner and your perfect dream relationship as well. And I share the tools that I've been teaching people for 20 years that helps you get everything that you want in a relationship. It's really beautiful. So if that's something that you would love in your life, please jump onto that one, or one of the other ones. Okay, so I'm rolling out new things all the time, because building your new life has got elements to it, and I really want to help you. I want to empower you and inspire you and uplift you and give you the tools so that you can really live your best life. So thank you for joining me on this program. I hope you've got so much out of it, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. Please keep doing the growth work. Please make the most of all of these things and live your best life, and keep living in the magic.